Hi, and welcome to the Papaya Academy. I'm Brian Pena. And in this session, we're going to take a practical look at a tool that's become essential for managing the modern contingent workforce, the Vendor Management System, or VMS. Now, if you're already in the weeds managing contractors, freelancers, or agency staff, you've probably heard of VMS. Maybe you're using one. Maybe you're thinking about it. Either way, this session will help you understand what a VMS really does, why integration matters, and how it can move from being just another tool to a strategic advantage. Let's start simple. A vendor management system is a platform that helps you handle everything related to your non-payroll workforce. This includes requesting workers, managing vendor relationships, tracking time and expenses, approving invoices, managing suppliers, assigning accounting codes, identifying choke points and inefficiencies, and pulling reports when someone inevitably asks, what are we spending on contractors this quarter? Think of it like a command center. But here's the thing. A VMS most often works well if it's connected to the rest of your tech stack, like your HCM, finance system, and payroll. Without that, you may be duplicating work and things can fall through the cracks. So what's under the hood? A VMS is a web-based software platform that acts as the source of truth for all your in-scope contingent workforce data. A VMS typically covers job requisitions, supplier management, rate management, time tracking, invoice matching, reporting, supplier proposal management, interview scheduling, and provisioning. Here's the typical flow. A hiring manager opens a request in the VMS. After it is approved for release by the program office, it's routed to a set of approved vendors. They submit candidates, and depending on the technology, the VMS will score the submissions to create a shortlist. The manager will select candidates for interviews, and after completing the shortlisting process, picks one or more for engagement. From there, the system starts onboarding, compliance, and payment setup. Now imagine trying to do all that manually with thousands of candidates across dozens of different vendors across 5 countries. That's where things start to break. Let's talk about integration, because this is where a good VMS becomes a great one. If your VMS connects with tools like your HRIS, Workday, SAP, or Bamboo HR, your ERP, and your payroll system, and your vendors, you've already won half the battle. And it's not just about syncing data, it's about eliminating manual work. Through APIs, which are basically bridges between systems, engagement data flows automatically. Timesheets, payments, vendor performance data, it's all connected. No double entry. No, I thought legal had the contract. No wondering if finance paid that invoice. Once the systems are talking to each other, you could automate workflows that otherwise eat up hours of someone's day. That's time back for your team and a lot less risk. So you've got integration. What else does a VMS give you? Control. You can track spending across vendors, departments, or regions. You get visibility into who's working where and for how long. And you can generate real-time reports, no last-minute scrambles before the quarterly meeting. And then there's compliance. Different countries, different worker classifications, different tax requirements. A VMS helps you stay on top of all of it. Many VMS can make sure contractors are properly classified, track document collection, flag compliance gaps, and build a clean audit trail. This stuff matters. Misclassification isn't just a paperwork issue, it's a financial and legal risk. Most teams think of VMS as a back-end operations tool, and sure, it handles a lot of logistics, but it's more than that. When used well, a VMS gives you strategic insight. You can see which vendors are engaged, forecast future needs, spot cost overruns before they spiral, and make smarter hiring decisions. And when everything's integrated, those decisions are based on actual data, not guesswork. So whether you're managing a dozen contractors or thousands across multiple regions, the key is this: don't treat your VMS like a silo. Connect it. Automate where you can. Use it to drive better decisions. Here's a bit of context on why this matters. The global vendor management software market is expected to double in the next 8 years, from $8.2 billion in 2024 to $15.2 billion in 2033. 43% of U.S. workers are already part of the contingent workforce, and that number is growing. And the more complex your workforce, the more valuable integration and automation become. I'm Brian Pena, and thanks for spending time with me in this Papaya Academy Deep Dive. If your VMS is already in place, hopefully you've picked up some ideas to get more out of it. And if you're still evaluating one, you know what to look for.